and she was showing different like infants and children, all these different, but one of them was sitting in a bucket just staring directly at the camera. It looks like a meme. I just thought it was so funny. Laughing. Here you go, Bobby. You can put it up, and I'm sure you'll laugh. You'll laugh when you put it up too, because it brings
you just have that on deck, like you have that like on your phone.
Holla. Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 278.
Ooh. Yeah.
This one, not late. Look at that. Whoa.
Nice.
A little bit of rhyming for you.
Watch something happens and it's going to come out late.
Come on, don't jinx it, man.
You already jinxed it.
But no, it's going to be a fun one. Look, the guys are back.
Yeah.
Whoa, where were they last week? What was the lie? I fucking forgot.
I also forgot.
I already forgot.
Please put in the comments what it put, but I had them doing something together.
Oh, you know
funny.
what they were doing?
What?
They were doing their version of Waiting for Godot at the Taco Bell in Northern Boulevard.
Sounds interesting.
They were it was a 3-act pet play, and it's all in a car at the drive-thru waiting for your Taco Bell.
I think my favorite part of that conversation, it feels really like pathetic to just call back to the episode we did last week, but Dylan did make I fucking snorted laughing both when it happened and when I was editing it, because like I asked Dylan really off the cuff, I was like, oh, are they doing it off Broadway? And he's like, nah bro, they're doing it off Northern Boulevard. That just killed me. But shout outs, nice to have you back. Yeah, it's gonna be grandioso. You fucking
chill
here, fucking like the episode, subscribe to Team Joystick. That's us. It's gonna be cool. I don't know why I sound like a balloon that's deflating, but we're gonna keep it going. Let's start with Dylan, because Dylan wants to talk about some educational stuff.
I also wanted to get some other input on this, because someone else on this side of the table also went for their master's in an education degree. So Joseph Ortega, on a scale from 1 to 10, how hard was this degree to get?
Not that hard. It was a lot of writing.
It feels like a 1 out of 10. And I think the situation is I'm so used to, like, when I was in college, I was taking like 5-6 classes at one time all the time, and this is just literally like 7 weeks and then you move on to the next class, and then 7 weeks and then you move on to the next class. Might just be that, but this really feels like some like Temu ass version of college. I'm happy this is being funded by the city of New York, because it does not feel like I'm getting a good education, but it definitely does feel like I'm playing the game on easy mode right now. Basically,
is this your first semester?
Yes.
Okay, so it is easy.
Basically, the semester started late because they signed up everyone for the program late, and they didn't have enough professors to teach the class. So we basically imagine a grandma, right? A grandma that makes the most fire cookies, right? That's my professor.
Okay.
Yes. And basically every week something happens, right? So here's some insight that I learned about my professor. Love her to death. Firstly, I realized that a lot of the times the class, which is 4 through 9, she was very upfront. She's like, we're not sitting on here for 5 fucking hours. That's not happening, right? And we were all like, yeah, we weren't going to do that either. We were just going to like turn our camera off or whatever. So we only have class until about like 7-ish, and then we do like, you're supposed to do work on your own, like you read the slides and then do the homework or whatever. Basically the time of the class is basically the battery life on her laptop that she's taking the Zoom call from, and she like alluded to it, and I was like, I hope she's joking, but I feel like she's not. And that explains why we had a pretty early ending a couple of weeks ago. This week my class was yesterday. Her grandkids came. So the entire class, it was her teaching, and then you would just see a fucking little kid come and be like, do you want to play? And she's like, no. So, deaf and blind. And it was just like, he's going into the topic style, and I'm like, is this the educate? Like, if I was paying for this, I'd be so upset right now. I'm paying all this money, and then this is just like a Zoom call that I'm like half checked out on. But it's fantastic. Shout outs to school. Shout outs to my professor. I also learned that there's not much work. She doesn't really have much work for us. She has a slide, and it's like 3 slides, and she's like, all right, we're done. Let's talk about this. And I'm like, Is that it? All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Shout out old professors, man.
Yeah, you're not going to any sort of college is being funded, you said?
Well, it's Brooklyn College, but it's fun.
That's what I'm so surprised that you're getting this experience. I mean, the first year is a lot of just watching like videos of like experiments that they were doing.
No,
like
none of that. I haven't seen an inch of that.
Child psychology they talk about.
None of that.
That's I don't know what you're getting, but I will.
We're learning. We're like on it. I think it's because the program is meant for like by September we're working and stuff. So it's like the program is very like what you should be doing in the classroom, what the different types of disabilities are, how you work with them, what are the services, that sort of thing. And then they don't go beyond that because that's like the next class. So I think the one that's going to be like April, May.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be watching an experiment. I'm be like, oh, there's that shit that Joey said.
No, I started laughing when Dylan was talking because I was thinking about like what they were showing me, and an image popped onto my head. I still have the photo. It was like she was making us say like, based off a child's experience, what do you think their lifestyle is like or their background is from? And she was showing different like infants and children, all these different, but one of them was sitting in a bucket just staring directly at the camera. It looks like a meme. I just thought it was so funny. Here you go, Bobby. You can put it up, and I'm sure you'll laugh. You'll laugh when you put it up too, because it brings
you just have that on deck, like you have that like on your phone.
It's saved in a funny folder.
It's your background. It's like, hey, my background is the boy in the bucket.
I'm very organized of what I find. I have a folder of just things I find funny.
The stock photo of the unfortunate child
of a bucket. But yeah, I think this is gonna bite me in the ass. I feel like in 2 weeks she's gonna announce a project that's mad hard. I'm gonna be like, oh well, fuck me for saying it's simple. But yeah, just a lot of like occurrences. There are times where she just like disappears from the Zoom call. We're supposed to be in breakout rooms for like 15 minutes, but we also have to do observation hours. And then she's like, hey guys, if you want to do observation hours, you should interview yourselves. Wink, wink. And then she just disappears for like 45 minutes.
Who is this professor? What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like it's
a 5-hour class.
Yeah,
I'm not going to teach. If I'm getting paid by a college and it started late, I'm not spending 5 hours in a fucking classroom. Yeah, I'm on. Everyone's on board. Like everyone is like, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, like a lot of the people are like teachers, so it's like they've been up since like 6 a.m. and then they got to go home and then do a 5-hour class. They're like, no, I'm not doing this.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always the old professors that don't want to grade anything too, and it's always like the younger professors that are like, all right, we need to do this much work, and here's all your homework, and da da da. At least in my experience, it was like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, the grading's easy. She grades in like a day. Leaves good feedback. She's a great teacher, but I'm just like, I feel like, you know, it's definitely, I feel like this is second-hand college, you know? Hand-me-down college.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So shout outs to school.
Yeah, shout outs to school.
Shout outs to not going to school because we had a little week off, and Joey went to go do something that I'm very interested about. How did this happen?
I went to go see monster trucks at Monster Jam in Long Island.
Okay, at UBS, right?
Yeah.
So I saw commercials nonstop about this, and I kept saying the Marianthi. I'm like,
we out?
Yeah. So I'll do a little preface because I know about this. Essentially, whenever there is like the All-Star break, or now NHL, they're out for the Olympics. So for this like 3 weeks, they turned UBS into the monster truck rally, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The reason I got there was because it was a thing my dad always wanted to do. He says, oh, I always wanted to go see the monster truck show, and I'll be like, oh, one of these days. He says, I saw it on my phone. I said, we're buying tickets. Let's go. You guys in? He says, if you don't want to come, you don't have to. And my sister and I were like, let's go. Let's see what this is about. First experience, it's one. We sat really close to the stadium. It was very loud. And a lot of people come with their headphones. They either buy headphones there or their own headphones. And by the end of the show, my ears were like ringing. I was like, damn, I could see why they do that. It feels almost like a wrestling event because each monster truck is a team. Like it's not like they're based around an animal or based around something. And there's a team behind it. And how the show works is that all the trucks are competing because every weekend, wherever they are, they're touring, it's a competition for that state, for that location. And they says our team is now competing in this spot for the New York Cup. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then there's a bunch of like trucks. The teams we got Gravedigger, the OG, the great that's been around since like so long. It has like a tombstone painting on it. It's the oldest one of the monster trucks, and that's the one I remember seeing when I was a kid. And then we got Sparkle
Great start.
Smash. Sparkle Smash. It's a unicorn monster truck.
You could be making these up for all I know.
And we got Zombie. It's a monster truck with arms that stick out. It's if you're a fan, you see the crowd doing this.
They really spent the money on the naming there. They said
Megalodon is the next one, is a shark.
Okay.
And then we have El Toro Loco, which is a bull.
Yeah.
And then we have the Classroom Crusher, which is a school bus.
Okay.
Nice.
And then we just got full corporate JCB. Like it would look like an excavator.
Oh, nice.
It was a monster truck that kind of looked like an excavator, and it was like, we're sponsored by JCB. And I was like, oh, so that's like an actual company. Like, that's their truck. There were 5 competitions. One was in speed. One was in how well they can do a wheelie. Then there was a BMX bike jumping, and then they did air, how much air they can get. So it was really cool to see how fast. I was surprised to see how fast these things move. Every time they show like on commercials, it's just kind of like bumpily crushing things. But these things go fast. Like I thought, like I don't know if Jose would like these kind of shows, but it's loud and it's fast, and you just see how like they go around in this pit. My money was on either Zombie or Gravedigger, and I was asking my sister, I'm like, we making bets right now on which truck's gonna win this competition, and the one that had a lot of experience was the excavator monster truck, JCB. That guy was kicking ass, man. He knew all the right spots to go to get air, to do this. He did a flip, like he flipped his car around to make sure that it did a flip, and I was just impressed with it. And then he came out and he was like, oh man, it's another good day out here in New York. And and I looked at my sister. I said, bro, he talks like that, you know it's over. It's over. He won. He knows his monster truck. He's good. He wins. But it was really cool. It was cool to see like the different teams other people have. Each one has their own thing. Zombie, like you see when like Zombie comes out, you see the audience like do this. Megalodon was this.
Oh, they're invested. They follow you.
Yeah. Any group chants?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I didn't hear any chants.
I love a group chant.
But it's like there are teams. Like there's actual teams that you can follow, and I'm sure like I'm not a big sports guy or a betting guy. I'm sure there's like as it was going through state to state, people are already like, nah, team El Toro Loco is gonna win this week.
Yeah, it's by points, and then it builds up every state, and then whoever has them. But it
was cool. It was a dope performance. I'll share some clips real quick if you want to throw it up. And we spoke about it like, would we do this again? And it was a definite maybe. We were like,
so do you win with just like style points and shit like that?
The first competition was speed, so it was based on speed. But then there was everything else was like style points. And what was interesting is that they had experts judge the competitions, and then they asked audience to judge on a phone.
So the fuck is a monster truck expert? It's just a fucking dude with
a long beard,
and only wearing fucking overalls with one of them falling down.
It's honestly, he's wearing denim jacket, denim pants, denim boots.
I like to think that he sounds nearly incoherent, but when you really listen, he's like actually talking. Bring it down, a monster truck. Really doing what we're meant to be doing. Oh shit, he's fucking
10 points.
Also, when you were describing the other teams, the only thing I imagined was like medieval times.
Yeah,
like basically all the teams, and they're just like lining up. I was like, oh, this is medieval times.
You know what? It kind of is like that.
And then it's like that mixed with like X Games, MX ATV kind of vibes.
It was cool. Dope. The BMX part was really dope too. You seemed like flying through the air and like letting go of the bike. Like I was nice. Like, that's badass.
Sick.
But experts, and they asked fans to vote on their phones. So you would vote on the phone, and they would tally the fan score, the average fan score, and the expert score, and they put them together. I was like, man, if I wanted to be an asshole, zero.
I would have zeroed the entire thing.
Zero to everyone. Like ruin everyone's average.
You fucking unicorn, fucking truck, 0.
I felt bad. I knew the unicorn was out there for the, to show inclusivity. But that driver was.
I don't even think that's it. I just think there's like a shit ton of little sisters that have to go to that thing, and they want something to root for too.
Yeah. I was like, it was an all women's team, and I was like rooting for them, and they got dead last. I was like, oh damn.
But dude, shout outs to monster trucks and keeping it in line with things that would fucking make an 8-year-old go crazy. Just want to let you know. I want to let you've got a friend in me.
What?
You've got a friend in me. That's it. There's only 2 in the first verse, so I can't actually say that you've got a friend in me because it would mess up the whole song. I want to talk about Toy Story.
It wouldn't mess it up.
The trailer for Toy Story 5 dropped. Here's kind of like the chain of events of kind of what I was thinking throughout the whole kind of spiel of Toy Story 5. It's like a year or 2 ago, they're like, "Hey, we're making Toy Story 5," and I was like, "All right, cool," And then
whatever.
And then like maybe a year ago, they're like, oh, they showed the first bit of Disney at the expo, or rather of Toy Story 5 at the Disney expo. And I was like, cool,
It's a cool concept.
And then they showed like a teaser where I think they showed like Buzz and Woody, and then they showed the logo. And I was like, all right, cool. And then the trailer dropped, and I watched that, and I got the most excited I've been to watch a movie since like the last big Marvel movie. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I knew what the premise was going to be, but like I didn't know they were going to do it so fucking well. You know what I'm saying?
It's Toy Story.
I know. But point is, yeah, the trailer's pretty cool. Have you seen it yet?
I have.
So it's like the whole spiel of the I was gonna say the iPad, but non-copyright.
The tablet.
The ribbit pad, whatever the fuck it's called.
The leapfrog
comes into Bonnie's life and sort of takes over what the toys used to mean to her, and it's kind of reflective of what we're seeing today with all these little kids on their tablets, the iPad kids, so to speak. I can go on a whole tangent with that because I have my own opinions, but I think it's really interesting that we're kind of seeing a movie tackle that. And I know that we were talking about it in the chat, how we were like, or at least how I was, admittedly optimistic, but with a grain of salt, because you never know how much can change from a fucking movie, that this will at least entertain a conversation going forward of how we entertain children, because I think it's fucking terrible that we give them a device and say, all right, you figure it out, right? But that being said, I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, well, the funny thing is that they're making this movie for you because now you're an adult and you're going to have kids. And I was like, whoa. You got to stop hitting me with the truth bomb like that, because it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it makes so much sense, especially when you consider that the generation before us, or the people that are immediately older than us, they're the ones with the iPad kids. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that didn't, and now those kids, if you think about it, they were a kid in 2019. Now they're older, and now they're dealing with the consequences. So it is all,
And what was their Toy Story?
Wrapping it up.
I don't know, like The Land Before Time or something like that. But it just goes to show you, they should have grown up with fucking Toy Story.
Yeah. Weird. Growing up with Toy Story is dope.
But yeah, I'm really excited. The trailer looks hype. I was glad. I think everybody was very curious to see how they were gonna pull off the whole Woody returning thing, and I thought it was funny because like they made it happen, and I was like, it makes sense. I thought it was gonna be some more grand thing, like And also, I think Joey was the one who put it in the chat about how like it's kind of funny that apparently Woody was just walkie-talkie distance away the whole time. But in like the Toy Story universe, that feels utterly believable. You know what I mean? Like Woody would just be like a couple blocks away.
Just a couple blocks down.
That's like,
he wasn't leaving for good. That last hug wasn't a forever goodbye.
It's like a couple cities over, But fucking, I thought it was really cool, and I'm definitely excited to see what comes of the movie. And I also kind of feel like I got the vibe from the trailer that this one's going to be headed by Jesse.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool. So, shout outs to Toy Story. Shout outs to Pixar. Still fucking... Remember like 6 years ago, and they were like, guys, we're not doing sequels anymore. But they were like, but we're going to do Inside Out 2 next year. And then that's the last sequel we're ever going to make. But by the way, we're going to do Toy Story 5, and then Incredibles 3 is going to come out later. But that's the last one. We're never going to make... Oh, guys, we're doing Ratatouille 2, by the way. Yeah. Don't do that.
Ratatouille.
Don't ever do that.
Ratatouille, and then you have Wall-E.
Bro, if Wall 3,
Wall F.
Bro, if they made Ratatouille and it was good, I'd be crazy.
I feel like it would be too. I don't know what they would. I don't know.
They have too much to lose.
Because there's only so much they could do with each thing, right? It's like Finding Nemo. It's like, who's gonna get fucking lost this time? It doesn't really work. You know what I mean?
Marlin. I don't know, maybe he has Alzheimer's. Think about it.
Oh shit! And then it becomes like a way, like, oh, we don't treat like our elderly well, you know, they can make a deeper thing.
Cha-ching,
Pixar.
Pixar.
I don't know. The Monsters universe is kind of stupid. I don't know.
It is pretty stupid.
Yeah, I don't think they could go anywhere after that.
You know what's sad? I showed my parents that trailer, and my dad looked at me and was like, "Was that AI?" And I was like,
yeah,
no.
Pixar just made that entire movie.
He was like, I don't know what to believe anymore. He says, because that looked good, but honestly, some AI could make that whole thing and make it look good.
No, they can't.
And I was like, nope, that's not. That was real. That was real. That was put by them.
Can I talk about AI? Can I pivot so we can talk about AI real quick?
Go ahead.
Are you done? Are you done about your Toy Story thing?
Yeah.
So I keep getting a lot of reels and videos on Instagram and on YouTube, and it's like how to be a sleuth and how to look at AI and how to determine if a video is AI or not. Do you guys know how to determine if a video is AI or not?
I think so.
I feel like it just kind of looks like off.
Is it a thing that has happened before?
Yeah.
That's all you have to ask. You don't have to think about the video. You don't have to look at the details in the background. Think to yourself for a second. Did that happen before? And if the answer is no, then it's AI. Because you can't film something that has never happened before. Look up the odds of something happening, and if it's 1 in 50 million, then the thing you just watched is fake.
So the video of the chimpanzee riding a skateboard and eating spaghetti, that was fake?
Yeah, it was. Even the realistic one of like, and also it came out that like thousands of these videos are literally just being used to make like rage bait videos, fake, like, oh, person doesn't give their money back, fake mailman steals package, and I'm like, okay, so now we're just wasting all of these resources. Everyone's electricity's going up, our water's
just
going up,
just to rage bait
people on the internet, and it's not even, at least AI make like the Metallica's discography but funk, right? That's good use of AI. That's beautiful, right? You did it. You could even touch it up a little bit. You just made fucking Master of Puppets delicious or whatever. It's better. But like, I'm so tired of seeing AI shit, and then it's like, just think of, did it happen before? You can't film something that never happened, so that's all you gotta think about. You don't gotta...
I like reading the old people comments inside. They're always like, "Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is horrible. How could you do this?"
Yeah. It's a dog holding a sign. The dog has like hands.
It's such a smart dog.
Yeah, it's like a baby doing kung fu, and they're like, "God bless that baby, man. Yeah. That baby's really."
And even then, it's like there's so many videos, and it's like, "Oh, this is AI," and it's like, yeah, I get whatever, but who fucking?
I low-key wanted to talk about this on the podcast, but then I was like, maybe not, because it just sounds perverted, but. Before I get into it, allow me to explain kind of the cycle of thoughts that led me down this rabbit hole. Okay. I was watching clips from The Yard, Ludwig and Sloth's podcast.
Okay.
And there's an infamous moment in the podcast where they prank one of their guests by showing them that other infamous YouTube video of the gay Asian guy who spreads his asshole on camera, because it's a tutorial for how to, like, you know, nair your asshole. And YouTube has that whole like gray area that they were talking about.
Yeah, you can upload Brazilian wax.
You know, if it's a tutorial, you can put it up. And then that whole spiel led me down to the rabbit hole of the breastfeeding videos. So out of curiosity, I was like, are those videos still up? So I just typed in breastfeeding tutorial. Sure enough, you click the video. The first thing that comes on is just a whole fucking thumbnail warning that's like, hey, this video is not sexual. It's not suggestive. It's not meant to be, you know. And then it's literally just an OnlyFans girl who has like 2 pumps, and she's just doing this while staring at the camera. And I was like, all right, I see what you're doing. But then I looked a little closer. They're all AI. Somebody out there is just making like AI breastfeeding videos of like OnlyFans models, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
is
even
this
worse,
shit?
right?
Yeah,
that's even worse. It's not even real breastfeeding, Bobby. It is AI content farmed breastfeeding.
It's insane to me, bro. Like, we're getting to that part now,
and we're investing money into this, so then we can upload it to YouTube and then make money off of it. It really doesn't make any sense that it's like, okay, so Google, right, that owns YouTube, is investing billions of dollars into servers for AI, which then you can make a video of, and then you put it up, and then you make money off of it from YouTube. Yeah. This isn't sustainable, bro.
Have I shared
that's not okay.
Have I shared what one of my students' parents did using AI?
Oh yeah, you said that. Not on the show, but you told us.
Yeah, so I'll share.
Bowl of fruit.
Really, there was we're learning about exercise, and a parent AI'd a bowl of fruit that his son was eating. And when I was telling him, "Oh, that's you," he was like, "That's not me. That's not me. Daddy's playing a prank." And I was like, "That's not you. You're not eating that." He said, "No, that was cereal." And I was like, "Why are you AIing your kid eating fruit for a project? If he doesn't do it, don't do it. I'm not grading this."
To be honest, I would do some shit like that. I would definitely be like, I couldn't get a photo of him with the
You see,
fruit,
my
bro.
son has been to space, all right? Have any of the other students been to space? He's way ahead of the program, all right? Come on.
He's in space right now.
It's right there. Is this wearing
you?
the helmet and everything.
Is this you eating broccoli?
It's funny you should say that. I have a picture of your kid homeless under a freeway underpass. Explain that.
Yeah,
So you take care of your homeless child?
That's gotta the guy with the binder. There's gotta be someone that AI generates a bunch of photos of someone and then goes a look
To that guy.
and to be like, hey, yo, like, explain. It's like a photo of him with Diddy. Like, hey, like.
I mean, I feel like at this point, AI is gonna affect kids more than the iPad is.
You know, it'd be trippy.
I think so.
We skipped that. We skipped over it.
Guys, Toy Story 6 AI. We already made it.
Not to go on that whole tangent,
Yeah.
but how crazy would it be if you did that? Like you AI'd the picture of the person you were walking up to with the binder, but the picture you showed him was of you with the binder talking to the guy. So he just looks up and he's like, "How did they take this picture? And how did he get the picture?" That'd be incredible.
Mind-boggling.
That's even better.
So sorry to go on that.
No,
tangent.
that's great. That's 10
Yeah,
out of
fuck
10.
AI, fuck eyes, fuck SeaWorld, and I think
Fuck every abbreviation is like going down the tubes.
I think
Like
that's-
we're getting to the point where like every abbreviation's hated. We're canceling all abbreviations.
fuck
Weird.
ASPCA,
Fuck AOL.
fuck PETA.
Fuck
You guys
me.
see this new ASTF movie? ASTF movie?
I did. I watched 45 seconds of it and promptly turned it off.
It's the same thing, guys. It's the
I
same
liked
thing.
it when I was younger. I'm not younger.
But there's something charming that like it's the same thing.
No, I honestly
it
I
gives
do.
me
I'll give you
comfort,
that. I'll give you
you
that. You
know?
know, Tomska's still doing the whole, you know, 2014 humor or whatever it might be.
If you, like it's like when you see a video and it's not AI, you know, it's the same thing. You're like, oh, this is
Refreshing.
It's like they call it a live internet theory.
There's a
It's
new
like,
movie?
what?
Astef?
Yeah,
They're still going?
Yeah, they made it like a week ago.
He technically
That's
made another one like a
wild.
year ago. But
Wait,
the
what
new one
number
just
are they up
dropped.
to?
16.
What? I
Yeah.
thought there was like 5.
When I remember, there was like 5. Word.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It has a lot of like singing like this, like
I
very
don't-
old
silly.
YouTube style.
I'm
you know?
not even fucking around with you. I don't think I could remember one joke from the originals. I'm trying right now. I remember there.
Everybody do the flop. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I got all of them in here, bro. You just gotta unlock it, you know. Find the
That's-
key.
that's
Find
all
the
I
key
got.
to the cringe, bro.
I was a big fan of Ed's World, so I was more fan of Ed's World than I was Tomska. But since Tomska was there once, you know, R.I.P. Ed once he passed.
Tomska's live action stuff is very good. Like
Very witty.
I know that his main thing was the As If movies growing up. Like that's what went viral. But he had a lot of live action sketches during that time that were written super well. He had a great one. I think it's about cocktails where he like walks into a bar with his friend and they just start like basically they start ordering cocktails, but the names start getting way more like ridiculous and the cocktails are actually getting served to them. There's another great one. Have you seen the prank one? That one is fantastic. It's crazy. It's like a parody of those prank channels that were really obnoxious back in the day with like, you know, the MLG edits and the "we got you just got goofed" type shit. But it was basically him pranking his ex-girlfriend. But it was because like he actually couldn't get over her. So it'd be like, "Yeah, put bees in your car. Yeah, boo boo boo." But it'd be like he'd be like following her for every step. Like she'd meet a new guy and he'd like prank her at the date. She'd be like, "You can't be here." It's like a whole thing. And then it all culminates to like the end of the prank where like they walk in and they see like a body hanging and they're like, oh my god, and they think like he's dead, and then he comes out from the other side of the room and he's like, "Fucking pranked you, oh my god." And they're like, "Are you fucking serious?" And then it cuts to him and he's like, "I love you," and he blows his fucking brain out. That's the end of the sketch. It's literally, he's like, "I can't get over you," and he just shoots himself in the fucking. It's dark as shit and it catches you off guard, but it's hilarious, bro. So shout outs to Tom Scott.
Tom Scott, man. You know what movie's coming out that I'm boycotting? Speaking of Astef movies.
Oh, you're also
Scream.
boycotting it.
I'm boycotting
Is it because they used AI?
No. It's because, you know, they had this trilogy all set in mind. They wanted to make Scream 5, 6, and 7 all a trilogy. That was going to be the new trilogy. And it was revolving around a new character, which was the first killer's daughter with someone else, some random. We didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
So it's her and her sister. The sister's from another man, and the Ghostface killer is after them, and they don't know why. So they go and they get Sydney's help, and then the 6th movie took place in New York, where they moved to New York, and the killer is still following them. And then this 7th movie, they wanted to make like a big blockbuster with all these new characters. But then one of the actresses, her name is Melissa. I don't know her last name, but it's Melissa is her name. She took to Twitter or whatever social media, and she voiced her opinions on what's happening in Gaza. And she was, like, free Palestine. This is effed up. And Paramount fired her, like, immediately on the spot. They were like, we're not going to tolerate this. You're part of this movie series, and we're terminating your contract. You're not going to be in Scream 7. And then they were like, Jenna Ortega, you're going to be the main focus. And Jenna Ortega was like, no, I'm in solidarity with my co-star. If you're going to fire her, I quit. So then they were like, okay. And they hired the actress that plays Sydney, the original OG actress in the first movie. Mm-hmm. And they probably paid her double the salary since they just lost 2 actors. But a lot of people are boycotting for that reason of like, that's effed up that, she voiced her opinion on a subject matter and you fired her off of that. That has no relation to anything. Just, it's more so a boycott, and like, we have the freedom of speech to say what we want to say. And she shouldn't have been terminated from the job. So that a lot of people, and it disheartens me, because I was talking to my sister this morning. I said, I thought a lot more people, especially in the horror community, would be more like progressive in this situation. It's not. Like, there's so much promotion. They had I think because in fear of a massive boycott, they doubled down in promotion. Mm-hmm. They teamed up with Ice Nine Kills. They had a big party where the original house is. They invited so many people. They had like a tour, like an early screening tour. And I think because they had so much publicity, it's like to hide that people wanted to boycott it. But there was just so many people attending these things that I'm like, man, this boycott, I don't know how much it's gonna affect them or how many people are actually boycotting. But
I didn't know about it, so I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. But
maybe they should have screamed about it. I'm immediately sorry. I'm so sorry. I take it back. I rescind it.
But yeah,
that was an anti-scream, but I just did that. Yeah.
But yeah, I am still gonna watch the movie, but I'm gonna be a pirate. Yar har.
Oh, you're gonna, yeah, got you. I thought you were legit like gonna cosplay as a pirate, and then it hit
me
that
was the other plan.
That you're gonna watch it illegally. Yes.
Yeah, that's where like the whole boycott thing gets rough, because you're like, I'm not gonna fund it, but I still will watch. Like, if it's on in the background, I will watch them.
Mm-hmm. I figured like if it's gonna come out anywhere, it's gonna come out on Paramount Plus. Like, it's going to come out there where they're just going to want people to pay it some way or another.
Because then you got to boycott all of Paramount, and then, like, the cartoons are on Paramount Plus, so then you got to, like, it's,
Bro, if we wanted to really be morally right, we'd have to boycott literally everything. Every food place you eat, every station you watch, everything is awful. Everything's awful, guys.
I don't got time for that.
Everything really is awful.
I got my stuff. I got to get my stuff.
Last thing I did want to bring up is that I don't know why, but we're playing Overwatch now.
Okay.
Don't know how that happened.
Okay.
There's a cat. There's a cat with a jetpack. If that
I know about the cat. But I've seen clips. I've seen clips
pick
of the
people
cat.
up. And you'd love it. You're missing out. But it makes me miss Marvel Rivals. I know Jerry has his own opinions about it, but I think Marvel Rivals is the better game, personally speaking. And today,
that's what I said.
I don't know about that right now, bro.
You can't let your nostalgia.
Overwatch had a big fall off.
You can't let the nostalgia bias. Okay, like if I'm being real.
No, but even then, the bias is like they didn't make a story mode. That's why the game sucks. It doesn't suck. I had more
fun with my first year in Marvel Rivals than I did my first 2 years in Overwatch, and I mean that. I don't care what anybody else says. I mean that.
The first year Marvel Rivals was
Think
good.
about it. When I was playing Overwatch with you guys, like when we first started, I played like what? Soldier, Genji,
It's nostalgia,
Hanzo, right? Like those characters. When Marvel Rivals came out, I was playing like 9 different characters at the same time. I'm playing tank. I'm playing healer. I never did that in Overwatch. I love it. You had to play it. Yeah. Like I love that game. And honestly, it's not even because of the Marvel aspect. I just really think that to be fair, as far as what I will say, no Overwatch, no Marvel Rivals. Like a lot of the characters, a lot of the abilities are straight up rip-offs of Overwatches, and then they just kind of make them a little better or make them more unique. But I think that's also what I like about it. That being said, I was watching a really interesting video that's covering the second to last character that came out in the game, and that is our big old pal Deadpool. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Deadpool has a shit ton of references in the game. Like I'm talking about, this guy references. I mean, obviously we all know that Deadpool is like aware of fucking everything. Like he knows he's in a game and he knows he's in the comics, but this guy references fucking everything. It's kind of insane. You got like for the record, I have like an entire database here, but I'm not going to go through each and every one. I'm just going to go through like the highlights. He has some obviously like you know. Adult ones. He'll say things like everyone's getting DP tonight, careful or we're going to get it from behind, things of that nature. But nice. Let's see. He references. Oh, sorry. It's written in a weird way. It starts here. When Deadpool dies, there's a chance when he respawns, he'll say, "Ah, shit, here we go again," when he gets respawned. When he throws his ult, sometimes he says, "Unicorn, I choose you." He references the TVA from Loki. He even mentions Mobius from the show, and he's like, "Do you hang out with Mobius?" And Loki's like, "I'm not that Loki. I don't know who you're talking about." There's a conversation that Deadpool has with Angela where he says that he really likes her one-winged angel vibe going on, and she responds, and he says something about like she's a fantasy of his, and then she says it'll be your final fantasy. So they're obviously referencing Sephiroth. They reference fucking the movie. They like the Deadpool movies. They reference Dora the Explorer when he has 2 really funny interactions with Hawkeye. He'll tell Hawkeye sniper no sniping, and he'll also call Hawkeye Hawk Tua, which I think is really fucking
that why is that the best one?
They're like Hawk Tua. Hawk Tua. Fucking when he's getting a multi-kill, he'll say 5, what's next? 6, 7, fuck, like he says the actual meme and then gets mad that he says the meme. If he jumps on another character's head, he'll say Yahoo. If he gets hit, he'll reference Monty Python saying just a flesh wound. And there's literally, I'm talking like dozens more. If he talks to Penny Parker, he legit asks if he's wearing a Gundam unit or an Ava unit. He asks Blade if he's been to a bloody rave recently. He brings up like the Spider-Man movies. So like television shows, everything gets brought up from Deadpool. And it's pretty fucking cool. Apparently, what's also pretty funny is he sings like actual songs, or at least parts of actual songs, like when he's referencing things. Like there's one part where I think if somebody thanks him for his ultimate, he'll actually say "You're welcome" in the style of the Moana song, like "You're welcome," like that. And apparently the voice actor for Deadpool recorded like a crap ton of takes of him singing like actual songs for jokes, and the Marvel team was like, "We can only use like 2, like we can't buy the rights to all of these." And fans were like, "Oh, we really want to hear the rest of them." But shout outs, I think it's a really unique thing. We don't get to see shit like that in games.
Oh, word, like all the references. Does he reference the Epstein list?
Maybe.
This is like that time I saw
High on Life too is like here, so I'm sure that's gonna have a lot of fucking jokes and humor in that.
It does.
I'm gonna buy that pretty soon once I finish Hollow Knight. Stay tuned for the eventual review on that shitty game. Am I right?
Hello.
Terrible game. Horrible game. It's the worst, man. You know what's a better game?
What?
E.T. for the Atari. Sure. Way better game.
The Jumping Taco is way better.
Sonic 06. How about we recommend some good music, shall we? Oh my god, I'm like fighting a
music. Yeah. What is music?
What is love?
Music is a language. Music is the spirit. Oh my god, I have so much gas. All right, my jam of the week is gonna go to a hip hop song.
Whoa.
The song is called Dead Ends by Nickelus F. He's a rapper. I saw his song on an Instagram ad. Usually when you see a song being shown on an Instagram ad, it's not a good song. But in this case, it was actually a pretty good one. Nice. So shout out to Nickelus.
Very nice. My yam of the week is by Soudiere and DJ Smokey.
Whoa.
And the song is Somehow, or is it? Yeah, Somehow We Fucked Up.
Are there samples in this one?
Yeah, a few. Okay. This one has a lot more of like a Suicide Boys, like trumpet saxophone kind of vibe, you know, if you can imagine that. So yeah, very chill, funk influenced. Very good. DJ Smokey.
My sister and I were making fun of pop punk, and I sang this song as a go-to, and then I just kind of ended up having fun singing it, and I was like, you know, it's a good song. The song is Gone by Knuckle. Yeah, I'm about to see him soon.
Oh, where at?
I think, I don't know. I don't know the venue. I know the venue the day.
Some Brooklyn venue.
Some Brooklyn venue. They're all closing.
Are they? No. I'm going to go with a song off the J. Cole album. I'm going to go with The Villest featuring Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu.
Shout out to Erykah Badu. See what I did there?
Waiting for Godot.
Nobody likes my fucking jokes this episode. That's fine. Go back to the joke workshop and work on some new ones. Thanks for watching episode 278 of the Joystick Show. That was a fun one.
That was nice.
The boys all back. Catch us next week when we talk about some new shit, maybe some old shit, maybe some in between shit. We'll see. Make sure to go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show. That'd be really nice. If you want, you could go ahead and subscribe. It's right next to the like button. I think it's like 2 buttons over. It's not that hard. A little bit of muscle movement. And yeah, that's that. Okay. So everybody, on the count of 3, ready? Hands in. 1, 2, 3. We did it. You were all supposed to say something. The joke was you were all going to say something, and everyone was going to say something different, and nobody said anything.
Can you do it again?
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
It's so much funnier the second time.
Yeah, it's so good. That was such a good idea.